Okay, there we go, Facebook. We back. I had to use my phone because the FBI is scrambling my iPad, and I still got Instagram with me too. So anyway, they take about 10+% out of your money. They take about 10+% out of your money. And because we pay with GoFundMe take so much money, I didn't want to do it. But some of you kept on complaining and complaining. I'm too busy. I can't write a check. I don't use checks. We do everything online. Lazy black people. Okay, so a lot of people said, listen, Doc, if they not going to send those checks, you got to do GoFundMe because you losing money. So I went ahead and opened up the GoFundMe. And I want to thank everybody for doing the GoFundMe money, because even though they take a piece out, we still raising money. So it's a pro and a con. The con is they take some of the money. Okay, that's the con. The pro is we still raising money. Okay, the rationale is at least they're donating something versus someone who's not donating at all because you're not making it easy for them. So we started raising the money, and the money, we've been raising the money, and it tells you on GoFundMe how long we've been doing it. Okay, so let me look and see exactly how long. I'm trying to keep this from moving around. I know what I need to do. They're giving me all kind of problems today. But let me go to GoFundMe and see how long we've been raising money on GoFundMe. GoFundMe.com/DRUMAR. Go. We're going to see how long we had our GoFundMe up, because we've been at this for a couple of years now. 32 months. Okay. 36 months is 3 years, right? So we've been at it 32 months. So that means the whole November, the whole December, 33, 34. That means in March, we would have been up on GoFundMe for 3 years in March. Okay. So we raising money. Okay. We was trying to get St. Paul's. Remember, up until 2017, St. Paul's was always our goal. That's all I wanted was St. Paul's. They had the dorms, they had the space, cafeteria, gym, they had woods, land to grow on. St. Paul's was perfect. And at $2 million, St. Paul's was a steal. Okay, so I kept checking in with the realty company saying, I'm raising money. And then about a year into the fundraiser, I'm going to say a year and a half into the fundraiser, okay, 2015, right? The hate began because we were raising so much money. Jealous hoteppers began to try to undermine the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, motivated by jealousy and envy because we had raised more money than most of the hoteppers put together. And the difference between our campaign and most of the hotepper campaigns is they were not raising money to build institutions. Let me say this again. None of the campaigns I've seen in the hotep community were put together to build institutions. I've seen campaigns to help me raise money to travel, campaigns to help me buy this and help me buy this. And it was it was all about serving themselves. And I'm not knocking nobody. That's none of my business. I'm not knocking nobody. If black people want to be taken advantage of, they can be taken advantage of. But my point is, most of these hotep campaigns that I saw was not based on building an institution. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey campaign is not for me. It's to give our boys a school where they can learn the tools to be successful in this white supremacist power structure in which they will be forced to operate. The purpose of FDMG is greater than money. This isn't about money. Do you know how much money I could make if I just decided to shut up and start misdiagnosing black children? I could be a millionaire in 6 months. You know how much money there is in misdiagnosing black children? I don't need to use GoFundMe. I could make more money misdiagnosing children than we have raised on GoFundMe for the school. My ambition is not money. My ambition is change. My life isn't lived to get paid. My life is lived to make a difference. Some people are here to take. Some people are here to give. All of us fall into one category or the other. Some of us are givers and some of us are takers. I am one of life's givers. I am not one of life's takers. One of the reasons I am so popular, despite the hate, is because people have seen me give and give and give. Name me another scholar who has went 10 years and never charged a penny for a lecture in 10 years. The first time I started hosting my own lectures was only 2 years ago, 2015. That's the first time I started charging you for a lecture. Up until 2015, with the first lecture being in Indianapolis, Indiana, in February of 2015. I believe that was the very first lecture I ever did. Up until then, people brought me in. But the reason I started doing my own lectures is because when people would bring me in to speak, they would not look out for my best interests. Not putting me in the right hotel, putting me on flights early in the morning, 6 o'clock flight for a 6 o'clock lecture. Why the hell am I waking up at the crack of dawn and I don't speak till 6 o'clock? Because it saves you $50, but inconveniences the hell out of me. And then I come to a lecture and I got to wait 3, 4, 5 hours before you give me the goddamn microphone because you want so-and-so to speak. 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 Half of them haters. How the hell are you going to bring haters of mine on my platform to speak to my people? You done lost your damn mind, you Negroes. And then the minute I get the microphone and get on the stage, you giving me a piece of paper talking about we got to be out in 15 minutes. How the hell we got to be out in 15 minutes when you made these people sit here for 3, 4 hours listening to a bunch of nonsense from people they did not pay to hear? They came to hear Papa, not them, me. And you made them sit through hours and hours and hours of intellectual masturbation. And then when the man they paid to hear get on the stage, you giving me notes, we got to be out. And then once you rush me off the stage without finishing my message, and I'm not talking about nobody in particular, this happened all over the country. This happened all over the country. There are some exceptions, like Sister Kim and Ross Bob, shout out to them in Los Angeles. We're going to have to link back up too because I missed that outside lecture. We're going to link back up out there. Okay? There's some exceptions to that. Some people treated me very well. But most of these trifling Negroes could care less about me. They were not bringing me in because they respected my message. They were not bringing me in to educate our parents. They were not bringing me in to preach the good gospel of Garveyism. They were bringing me in because they knew I could pack the house and they wanted to get paid. I was being exploited. So I said, on top of that, you charging more money than I thought was acceptable at some of these events and not even making a donation to the school and not even make a donation. So that's when I said, you know what, brother, to myself, you got to stop letting people take advantage of you. And that's when I called it quits. 2015, I started doing my own thing. Now, here's something I want y'all to understand, brothers and sisters. Here's something I want y'all to understand. The hate against me and my fundraiser did not go into overdrive. And let's clarify. For every hater, I got 1 million supporters. I want to clarify. For every hater, I got 1 million supporters. Okay? But, so I don't want to exaggerate the hate because it's not as big as you think. It's just that it get more attention because black people love bullshit. Let me say that again. It's not that I get more hate than love. It's just that the hate gets more attention because black people love bullshit. Are y'all following me? So people tend to focus on that. When I do interviews, they want to focus on negativity. I have never once been asked, how many children have you saved? I have never once been asked, what do you love best about doing what you do as a certified school psychologist? One of the only ones in America. They don't ask me them kind of questions. They want to ask me a bunch of nonsense about degrees that they don't even have. Why in the hell am I being asked about degrees when half these Negroes running their mouth on YouTube ain't got none? So why should it matter if I got one when most of the people y'all listen to don't have any? And don't get me wrong, I don't think you need a degree to teach. I don't have a problem with the self-trained teacher teaching. Nothing wrong with that. Why can't a brother teach? Nothing's wrong with that. My point is, why are you questioning the credentials of a man in a conscious community where credentials don't matter? Y'all don't give a damn about credentials. Y'all worry about drama and bullshit. You ain't focused on the people who doing the work. You want bullshit. Let's be honest. Black people are addicted to bullshit. Okay? Let's just keep it real. So they focus on the negativity and ignore all this positivity. They don't talk about the Tuesday morning call. Do you know if I put a price tag on the Tuesday morning calls, I should have made $1 million already? If I put a price, who you know? Name me a psychologist. Name me one that you know. Past or present. Name me one with a certified doctorate degree who wakes up every Tuesday, 6 o'clock, and don't get off that phone, sometimes 1, 2 in the afternoon, till every parent on there has been helped. Consultations, I could easily charge $300 an hour for a consultation. And what I do them for free. And when you do pay, it's $50. And when you do pay, show me somebody with a doctorate charging a $50 consultation. My colleagues, they started $300. They started $300. And I don't need no pat on no back. I want to be clear. My blessings come from the Most High. Ain't nothing you can give me that the Lord can't give me better. So I don't need nothing from y'all. No, none of that. Shout out to the Black Power Awards. I want to thank you, brothers and sisters. I heard through the grapevine that y'all wanted to nominate me. I thank you, but I respectfully decline. Because I don't do this to be awarded. I thank you. I hope you have another spectacular Black Power Awards like y'all had last year. Okay, I supported it last year. I was not nominated. I did not need to be nominated. Okay, my work speaks for itself. If you're giving out awards for education and helping children, everybody knows ain't no name getting called before mine. I'm sorry. So I don't need nobody to give me that, but I like what y'all do. I love what they do with the Black Power Awards. You know why? Because they acknowledging brothers and sisters who have done good work. They acknowledging brothers and sisters who have done good work. I don't have no problem with that. Okay, so I don't know if it's true, whether it's false. I was told y'all wanted to nominate me. I got a couple text messages. People said they want you. I respectfully decline, but I do support it. I want to let y'all know, ain't no hate over here. What y'all doing is a good thing, okay? I'm just going to ask that y'all honor people who need to be honored, okay? Don't let this be no clique shit where you honor all your homies, but people who put in work, you don't honor them because you don't like them. Look, don't let this be no clique. And I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying keep it pure, brothers and sisters. If you honoring people who do the works, make sure you honor the people who do the works. Okay, and there are people who do works outside of New York City and Atlanta. There are people who do work. Shout out to New York City. I will see y'all December 3rd. You know I love you. Atlanta, you know I love you. So it's no shade. Those are two of my favorite cities, two of my biggest cities. No shade. I'm just saying that there's people who do work outside of New York City and Atlanta. But Dr. Umar Johnson does support the Black Power Awards, but I am not interested in being nominated for anything, and I'm not interested in receiving a reward for anything. If you want to reward me, go to GoFundMe.com and drop a donation, or get out that checkbook and write out that FDMG check. That's what I want. Okay? My rewards come from God. Now, here's the point that I wanted to make from y'all. The hate against me in the fundraiser did not go into overdrive until I started hosting my own events. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. When I wasn't hosting my own events, when I was letting people use and abuse me, there was no hate against the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The hate did not start until I said I'm going to become an independent operator. When Dr. Umar Johnson said, y'all can't use me no more, that's when the hate started. As long as I was letting Negroes pimp me from east to west and north to south, everything was cool. But the minute I said I'm doing my own show, cut out the middleman, that's when the hate started. This was never about FDMG. This was about Negroes who could not take advantage of me no more and begin to attack the fundraiser. That's what this was about. And because I had raised more money than they had with their little petty schemes, the jealousy intensified. Have you noticed none of the negative information that has been put out about me, the negative propaganda? Have you noticed there's been no proof? You ain't got no proof. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, if you're going to make an accusation about somebody, in Instagram, I'm about to lose you in 43 seconds, but I'm going to restart you. Instagram, I'm about to lose you in 38 seconds, but I'm going to restart you. But usually, if you're going to make an allegation about someone, you should have some sort of concrete documentation, okay, to back up your assertions. If I am a con artist and you believe that, where is your evidence? Now, many of you know a couple months ago, these trifling Negroes, okay, and I'm going to get to the Roland Martin piece. I'm going to get to the Roland Martin piece. I got to deal with Coon in the game. I must deal with Coon in the game. Yes, I'm going to deal with Coon in the game. Let me start Instagram back up. Checking connection. Got to keep my Instagram. You know, my Instagram family, they're a little younger than my Facebook family. They're a little younger. Okay, Instagram, you back. Now, where was I at? I had an ADHD moment. Okay, so anyhow, there has been no evidence to substantiate these allegations. Some of these haters contacted GoFundMe and they had my account froze for 1 day. GoFundMe emailed me and said, they said this is a fraudulent scheme. You're stealing the money. We need proof that this money has been used for the school. We need proof. So I had to show them that I had incorporation papers. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy has been incorporated. I had to show them that, okay, that the tax exempt status was pending. And then I gave them information to the banking institution so that they could contact the branch manager and find out how much of the money I have spent. And then I told them, not only can you find out how much money I've spent, which is absolutely zero, I want you to ask them, has there been any transactions on this account except deposits since the account was opened in 2014? This is what I told the white folks at GoFundMe. Since you want to listen to these trifling ass Negroes in my community, okay, who are helping you destroy my works on behalf of our children, contact the damn bank and ask them, have I written a single check? Have I made a single debit with the credit card? Ask them, has any money been spent? By the way, GoFundMe, it's not just your money that's in the account. Most of my money don't come from GoFundMe. Most of my money comes from donations by mail, checks, and money orders. Most of my money is check and money order. So when you ask them how much money in the bank, it's going to be twice as much as you lying on your website saying I raised, because the amount on your website isn't correct because you don't take out the money that you're going to take out. In other words, brothers and sisters, when you see that 390,000, that includes what y'all donated. That is the gross. That's the gross donations. They do not show you the net. In other words, they telling you we raised 390, but they not telling you that like 150,000 of that is for GoFundMe fees and we pay fees. And I'm not knocking them. That's what they do. Okay, I had to do that because y'all too damn lazy to write a check. It's all gravy though. So the hate start coming. They sick the IRS on me. The state attorney for Pennsylvania sick them on me. Sick GoFundMe on me. This is what a handful of Negroes have done. And some of you are also to blame. First of all, let me say this. If you support Dr. Umar Johnson, you will never share a negative video about me. Let me say this again. You are not a supporter of mine. If somebody posts some bullshit on your page and you share it, you're not a supporter. A supporter is someone who will do three things. Number one, let me screenshot this and let the doc know that there's a troll. That's the first thing. Notify me. That's number one. Number two, you might either check the troll or inbox the troll. I don't need you to go back and forth unless you want to. I don't need that. You might choose to check them. Okay. And then the third thing you do is delete that shit off your page. But some of you want to share it and share it acting like you supporting me. You're not supporting me. How are you supporting me spreading negative information about me? Okay? There's enough false information out there about me. Why would you add to it if you claim to be my supporter? So you have enemies and then you got frenemies. People who smile in your face and want to keep a good relationship with you because you that dude right now. And if you pop off, they want to make sure they can benefit from your success. That's a frenemy. I don't want to get too close to Dr. Umar. I still want to stay cool with his haters. See, this is what a lot of y'all Negroes do. And you ain't fooling me. I visit some of y'all pages. I say I looked out for them a lot. Let me see what they doing. She's supposed to be a rider. He's supposed to be down. And then I go to your Facebook. You ain't shared the fundraiser, not one time. You ain't shared a lecture flyer, even in your own city, not one time. People on your page hating on me. You don't say shit. You don't delete it. And then when I come to your city, you the first one taking a picture. Look, stop the fake shit. If you ain't real, that's okay. Stay away from me. I want real people around me. Okay? I want real people. I don't need no fake people around me. How the hell I'm on your Facebook, I'm on your Twitter, I'm on your Instagram. It's people hating and you ain't saying shit and you claim to be down with me. Give me a break. Give me a break, fam. And you know the sad part? Most of the people who ride for me never met me. Most of the diehard people out there who be checking these trolls never been in my presence. But you Negroes who claim to be so down with Dr. Umar will sit there and have conversations with people who have done all they could to undermine a school for our children. How do you reconcile that, you Hotep hypocrites? How do you reconcile that, you Hotep hypocrites? But I'll tell you the good thing about it. Let me tell you the good thing about this. The good thing about it, most of you have already disqualified yourself from playing any role in the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Do you really think I'm going to have a teacher? You really think I'm going to have a secretary? You really think I'm going to have a confidential assistant, a security guard? You really think I'm going to have a lunchroom team, a custodian working at my school who ain't going to say shit when people disrespect my school? You really think I'm going to let somebody who can't speak up for me work for me? You think I'm going to pay you and you can't stand? Nah, family. No. Absolutely not. When I start interviewing for FDMG with these 5,000 resumes I got and counting, 5,000 resumes and counting all across the world. And by the way, some of you, shout out to the brothers from the Marcus Garvey Academy up in Trenton. I appreciate you, brother, for showing me love this past Sunday. Shout out to the Marcus Garvey Shoelay in Trenton. Shout out to the Marcus Garvey School over in Los Angeles. Shout out, I just spoke at an independent African school, beautiful school in Fort Lauderdale. Shout out to that school. We got a lot of good academies. Shout out to all the independent schools out there. But some of you independent school people, you hating. You know who you are. You hating. And I want you to know something, family. I be seeing your little disrespectful posts, your little disrespectful tweets, little hating under your breath. Don't worry about that, fam, because when my school is up, my students going to challenge your students. When my school is up, you know who I'm talking about. My students going to challenge you. Since you're talking so much about you this and you that, you're going to have to prove that, fam, because you've been talking too much. You, is three of you. You, him, and him. All three of y'all going to have to prove that your school is as good as you claim, because the FDMG Pan-Africanists going to call you out. Your students against my students. I'm going to prove that you ain't teaching them kids. You hotep faking. Now hate again, because I'm expose your ass. All y'all little fake homeschools, keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. I'm going to air your ass out. Keep playing with me. But I ain't going to do it. My students going to do it. Garvey style. Now make another post about me without using my name. Make another post. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. And the other thing I need y'all to do, when you see a hater, I want you to screenshot it and save it. I want you to put a little folder on your desktop, Dr. Umar Haters. Because when we open up the school, I'm going to have an email address. And I want you to send all the haters. They picture, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a master hater list. Because these same trolls think they're going to sneak into the school. They think they're going to apply. You got to help me keep them out. Dr. Umar Johnson is so busy. Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm not giving him the time, Sister Kim. I'm clarifying, sweetheart. It's important that you clarify sometimes. Trust me, they get a little bit of time, but this needs to be clarified. So when I do my next interview, I ain't got to talk about it no more. Because if you follow me, every interview is about the school. Every interview is about degrees. Every interview is about Frederick Douglass, right? So we clarify it so we can move on. We just clarify, but you got to clear the air sometimes, okay? Because I never spoke directly on FDMG. But I want y'all to do a folder, okay? Because I'm going to have a master hater list with pictures. I need y'all to get their picture, their name, their real name, whatever you can get. Don't worry. We're going to have an email set up. I need y'all to save it, though. Because what they're going to do, they're going to delete all that hate. They're going to try to clean it up. Nah, catch them now, y'all. I don't want them around me. I don't want them around my children, our children, because they are dangerous. They are dangerous. And I'll be damned. I don't want none of you coming up to me talking about, I'm sorry, Doc. I did, people said you wasn't real. So, I got caught up in the hype too. Nah. Ain't no apologies, family. I forgive you, but I don't forget. Once a snake, always a snake. You're not setting foot in my school. You're not setting foot. Now, for the sake of your child, if the mother was a hater, the daddy can set foot in the school with the child. If the daddy was a hater, the mother can set foot in the school with the child. If they both was haters, child can't come. I'm sorry. I can't let haters in my school. It's just not working. Okay? Because who else in the conscious community is trying to build an institution? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Who else in the conscious community is trying to build an institution? Please tell me. I want to know. Because all I see is information, masturbation, agitation. Who is building something for our future? Give me a name. Because I don't see nobody building. All I see is a bunch of talking, edutainment, and all this shit. Who building? I'm building. Who building? That's what I want to know. You see? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Who is building something? I'm tired of the education. Who's building? That's what I thought. Let me get rid of you. Now, feel me? It's all about the babies. That's all I've ever been about, okay? So, let's talk about the school search for a little bit, okay? We had a school last year. I was done. Mount Vernon, New York. Money earning Mount Vernon. Rest in peace to Heavy D. Shout out to Denzel. Shout out to Puff Daddy. I need that check, Puff. I need that check. Puff know me. Puff know me well. Tell Puff I need that check. Bad boy, I need that check. But there's a Catholic school that was for lease. It wasn't for sale. There's a Catholic school, Mount Vernon, New York. Mount Vernon, New York. I went up there, walked through it clean. I told the man, I said, this is it. I want to lease this school. He said, $10,000 a month. I said, where the paperwork at? He said, well, before we approve this, you have to meet with the father. Okay, the father. I said, uh-oh, here we go. I said, no problem. Set up the meeting with the father. Okay, and I'm going to meet the father, and we're going to work it out. So, I'm not frustrated, Barry. Don't make interpretations about me. You don't live in here. Nobody's frustrated. All right, I don't have to block you. Don't make interpretations about me. You don't know me that well. So anyhow, he said you got to meet with the father. So I said, set it up. About a week later, I'm calling him, I'm texting him, you know, when the meeting at, I'm ready to move forward. I'm hyped because I'm thinking I'm going to be in the NY. Now, Mount Vernon ain't New York City, but it's New York City. I said, the Prince of Pan-Africanism coming through New York. Garvey came through New York. Douglas came through New York. I'm coming through New York. And then he says, we've decided to go in a different direction. I said, I said, what do you mean? Are y'all leasing it? He wouldn't. Guess what? Here we are a year later. School's still there. The school is still there. The school is still empty. They wouldn't rent to me because the Roman Catholics consider my teachings contrary to their beliefs. He didn't say this, but this is what it was. Because why is the school still empty? You got somebody who can pay it, got the money. In fact, I could have given them the lease money for the whole first year. I was ready. Mount Vernon, New York, let's get it. Let's get it. 5 boroughs, let's get it. And they shut me down. So I've been looking and looking and looking. And the problem is most of the schools are around that $1 million mark. We at the 700,000 mark, give or take a few. So, y'all know I've been flying everywhere looking at schools, right? Flying. 3 years search. Looking. And then, if you notice, everybody became an expert on opening a school over the past year. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that every Negro on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram is an expert on how to open up a school? They not no principal. They not no psychologist. Ain't got no degrees in education. Ain't never taught nobody. Ain't never ran a business. But they are experts on how to open up my school. I said, look at this shit. They know more about running a school than I do, even though I've ran a school, but they have not. And you know what's crazy? They've been asking why I haven't done things that nobody ever does. Where is your business plan? Can you put it up on the website for everybody? Are you out your goddamn mind? Who do you know on earth puts up their business plan on the website or gives it out for any hating Negro to read and misread? Huh? United Way been collecting money for years. Have you ever seen United Way's business plan? Many of you are teachers. The American Federation of Teachers and NEA been taking money out your paycheck for years. Have you ever seen a business plan? Some of y'all donate to all kind of charities and funds. Have you ever seen a business plan? Has the NAACP ever shown you their business plan? Name me an organization. Boop. Name me an organization that ever puts out their business plan for the public. Show me a school that puts out its business plan to the, if you don't get the hell out my face with that, might have put the, oh, why ain't your curriculum? Why don't you put the what school you know puts their entire curriculum on the website? No school does that. But check it out. Here's the funny thing. Facts. You know what the funny thing is, brothers and sisters? None of the people hating are donating anyway. That's the irony of all of the questions are coming from haters who will never donate. The donors, if they want to reach me, they reach me. They'll text me, they'll call me, they'll tweet me, they'll Facebook inbox me. Donors write to me all the time. Okay? The donors ain't got no problem. They ain't got no problem. It's haters who got the problem. And y'all know last year or 2 years ago, I had a beef with certain scholar. I will call him a scholar because he does have a legitimate doctorate degree. Okay. He did a whole video. He did like 2-3 videos. Where's the money? Where's the money? Nah, 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 nah. Brought females on his platform so they can attack me. You know what I'm saying? Then another clown ass dude, he does a video. Where the money? Where the money? Where the money? Every time I turn around, some nut ass dude trying to get some props by talking about my school, while they are doing nothing for our people but giving them information. Information ain't gonna save us. Information ain't gonna save us. Organization gonna save us. So where are we now? Where are we now? As you know, I'm in Cleveland to look at some schools tomorrow, right? I'm in Cleveland. Oh, and by the way, when I fly around, airfare, hotel, flight, I do not use the school's money. I'm going to say this again because y'all people don't listen. The money for the school will be used on the school. Does everybody understand that? Did that mean, do you have a reading comprehension disability? Do I need to bring out my IQ test, achievement tests? The money for the school will be used for the school. The money for the school won't be used for Umar to go look at schools. The money for the schools won't be used for Umar to get no rental cars to drive to the schools. The money for the schools won't be used to pay for my hotel bill tonight. The money for the school will be used for the school. I don't know what's so hard about that. Actually, I do. You know what's so hard about it? Some of you Negroes are so unprincipled that if you had access to 700 grand, your ass be spending it right now. See, that's the real problem. The real problem is some of you thirsty ass Negroes who keep worrying about the school's money. You can't understand why I'm not stealing. You can't understand it because if it was you, you would have stole. And I know we got thieves in the conscious community because I done heard all kind of stories. I could run down stories right now. I could run down stories on youth. I could run down stories on brothers, on sisters, on elders who have stolen from initiatives for our people. See, I get all that information. I get it all. I could run down people who steal. So I could understand why some of you Negroes can't understand why I didn't touch the money. But I thought it would be easy to understand because you're dealing with a black professional, a doctor. What the hell I need to steal from the school for? Okay? I got a long list of kids who got to get evaluated this month. I got a long list of kids who got to get psychologically evaluated this month. I don't need to steal. Give me a break. So where are we now? Let me tell you where we at. First of all, I feel real good right now. I feel really good right now because I can smell the finish line, brothers and sisters. I can smell the finish line. I believe strongly in my heart. Ancestors here. Ancestors here. I can feel it. I feel strongly in my heart that we going to have a school by New Year's Day. And now let me tell you why I feel that way. We have 3 schools in Wilmington, Delaware. We have 3 schools potential in Wilmington, Delaware that we can afford. We have the money for. I just need to get it inspected to make sure we can afford to rehab it. Y'all remember I did the walkthrough in Wilmington. Some of y'all saw the video. I walked y'all through. I try to keep y'all in the know. I'm very transparent, so I don't know why Negroes keep asking questions. But there's schools in Wilmington we can afford. Okay? So that's Wilmington. That's Wilmington. Tomorrow, I'm looking at a school here in Cleveland that is for lease. The Cleveland school is not for sale. The Cleveland school, the main Cleveland school, is for lease. Okay? So we're going to see that tomorrow, and I'm going to let y'all know how that go. On Tuesday, I have to look at another school in Gary, Indiana. Shout out to Gary and shout out to Chicago, Illinois. So I'm going to go to Gary from Columbus so I can look at the school in Gary. It is affordable. It's a little high, but I think I could talk them down. I think we could do Gary, Indiana, which means some of the Chicago children could go as well. Okay? There's a school in Baltimore. So I have to drive down to Baltimore when I get back to Philly to look at that school. Okay? And most of the schools that I've seen that we can afford right now is in Motown, Michigan. Detroit stand up. Now let me give you the details on the Detroit school situation. Most of the schools in Detroit are owned by the Archdiocese, the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? There's there's 6 schools in Detroit. 6. Detroit got the most. 6. Okay? Let me tell you the pros and cons of these schools. One of them got a lot of white folks around it with no gym in the inside. Nah. One of them has a gym in the inside, no yard on the outside. The problem with that is when it gets hot outside, you want the kids to go outside. They don't have a yard outside the school. Unless there's a park nearby, but you don't want to have to walk the children to the park too. So that's a little touchy. They got another school that's very large. It's like 20 classrooms. I got all the classroom space I could want, but there's no gym and no yard. Yeah. Okay? So with the Catholic schools, but I can afford 2 of them we can clearly buy. The third one I might got to negotiate a little more. Okay? Now, there's a school in Fort Lauderdale, Florida that I have to go visit. And it's for sale. So I got a Baltimore school I have to look at. Gary, Indiana, I have to look at. Cleveland tomorrow. That's why I'm here on my own dollar, not the school's money. Okay? Cleveland, Gary, Baltimore, Fort Lauderdale. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back to Detroit. Let me go back to Detroit for a minute. Okay. Detroit. The best school of them all. Okay? I haven't seen Cleveland yet. I haven't seen Gary yet. I haven't seen Baltimore yet. I haven't seen Florida yet. That don't get me wrong, Florida. I'm scared of them hurricanes and tornadoes. I don't need my school being blown away. That's what scared me about South Florida. I love the whole summer thing all year round. I'm feeling the sun because I'm son of the sun. I'm a Leo. I would love South Florida. Okay? Summer all year round. Guess what? When I became a certified school psychologist back in 2001, I was going to move to South Florida. I was going to move to South Florida. My grandmother was living down there at the time. The reason I didn't move to Florida once I became certified as a school psychologist is because they don't pay their psychologists enough money. So I was going to start my career in South Florida. That's a fact. But them tornadoes and them hurricanes, Donald Trump got that heart machine replicating natural disasters. I don't need my school being smashed to the ground after I spend the people's money. So I don't know about the South Florida piece, but I'm going to still check it out because maybe I got to do it. Also don't want alligators and crocodiles coming into the classroom. That's another thing too. Because South Florida, y'all got that that reptile problem. Y'all got that python problem. Okay. Why did they just cut off the comments on Instagram? They just, hold on. There we go. Okay, but we still gonna check them out. But the best school so far is in Detroit. Okay, there's a school in Detroit. I can't tell you, because you got haters. Haters are haters. The best school I saw in Detroit, it has a yard. It has a gym. It's clean. The problem is they want $1 million. Let me get your advice. I'm going to get your advice on something. This is the best school of them all, but they want $1 million. Gym and the yard. Trees outside. It's the school. If I had the money, it would be Detroit. It's a wrap. Now, I want to get your advice for the sake of transparency, because this is y'all money. This is y'all money. They are willing to work with me with the $1 million school. They're willing to work with me. What they said is, give me 500 grand, which we have. Give us 500 grand. We could work off the rest. Okay. My problem with that, it took us 3 years to get 700 grand. It won't take us 3 years to get the other mill, because we'll have a school, we'll have tuition, we'll have the fundraisers, the endowments. That won't be an issue. But I don't know if I want to pay $1 million for a small to medium-sized school. It's clean, it's perfect, good location. But I don't know if I want to pay $1 million for that. So y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think. You can post it or you can text me on my phone. Y'all know my number, 215-989-9858. Or you can email me your opinion. I talked to some people, they said, Doc, if the school got everything you need, bruh, go ahead and put the 500 down. Pay the $10,000 a month. You're going to get that in tuition. It's Detroit, 89% black, one of your biggest cities. Just pay it. I can understand that. But the other side of me says, why pay $1 million if you can get one of these other schools for 500 grand and be done with it? But then the other side says, but you ain't going to have no gym and you ain't going to have no yard. It's going to be half the money, but you ain't going to have everything you want, or you're going to be at peace with that. So, because they calling me from Detroit every day saying, what you trying to do? Fly back up here, let's do this deal. They saying, let's do this deal. But I'm like, $1 million? Wilmington is less than $1 million. The other schools in Detroit less than $1 million, but they ain't got what we need though. You feel me? So the best school is the $1 million school in Detroit. If I take that off the table, then the best school becomes the one in Wilmington. Again, we ain't seen Cleveland, we ain't seen Gary, we ain't seen South Florida, we ain't seen Baltimore. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I haven't gotten as many school leads from the people as I should have gotten. I thought I should have got more leads from Ohio. I've hardly got, y'all ain't sent me hardly nothing from Ohio. Okay. I thought I would have got more leads from New York City. I thought I would have got more leads from Chicago. There's just certain places. Atlanta. I thought I would have got more leads from Atlanta. Okay. But here's the point, brothers and sisters. I'm in a good place right now because I think we're going to have it by New Year's Day. I just feel it. So what I want to do is look at these last couple schools. I done went through LoopNet. I done re-looped and looped and back looped LoopNet and looped and looped and looped again. But how can y'all help me now? 3 ways y'all can help me now. 3 ways. Send me some schools. When you drive by a school, click, take a picture, find that phone number, realty company, click, Text it or email. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Okay? Because I want to look at the rest of the schools. October and November. December is decision month. Look at the rest of the schools. October and November. December is decision month. Okay? That's how we doing it. So if you know Kentucky, Louisville, I ain't got Cincinnati. What's up? Okay, Youngstown, what's up? Pittsburgh, what's up? Atlanta, what's up? Columbia, South Carolina, what's up? Charleston, what's up? Flint, Michigan, Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, Chi-Town. Where these schools at? Where these schools at? Okay, we got some white folks calling people the N-word. You better hope we don't find your ass on the street, you see. See, one thing about me is I know all white people are racist, but I don't call y'all out your name. But you want to come on here because you can hide behind that screen. Little nasty white girl. You just mad because don't nobody want your ass. But anyway, brothers and sisters, that's where we at. So as far as the Roland Martin situation go, I was very disappointed in my brother. Very disappointed in my brother because I had been on his show 3 times before. I had been on the Roland Martin show 3 times or 4 times. He never disrespected me. If he wanted my degrees, he could have got them any time before that. But I ain't going to hold y'all. When I walked into the TV One studio on that day, I felt a funny vibe. Because I saw him sitting in the room where he normally get ready, whatever the case may be. He went to the bathroom. And when he came out the bathroom, he didn't look me in my face and he did not speak. And his producers never told me what they wanted to talk about. They just said we wanted to follow up on the Breakfast Club interview. And you know, every time I link up with the Breakfast Club, it's fire. I don't know what's up, but me and Envy and Charlemagne, we got real good chemistry. And I got to thank them brothers. I got to really, really thank them brothers because no matter what you say about them, they have been very supportive of me, at least on air. At least on air. Because every time I walk in that studio, it's like God comes in there with us. Every time. We 3 for 3 on that Breakfast Club. We are 3 for 3. In fact, my Breakfast Club interviews, and you won't notice by looking at the YouTube views, because they take it down and put it back up and take it down and put it back up, then people snatch it and share it. Those are some of the most viewed interviews they've done. More views than the rappers. More views than the rappers. Now, this last time I did the Breakfast Club, I was really amazed because it got more views than the 2 previous ones. But I was running late for the interview. They kept pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. We finally got in. And I was running late, stuck in traffic. I called Sister Udine. Shout out to Sister Udine. She went with us to Africa this summer. She also helping me find some school properties in New York, potential school properties in New York. And so, of course, I'm not reading the comments because I'm talking, idiot. But anyhow, I'm in traffic. I said, tell them to cancel. I just gave up. I said, tell them to cancel, postpone. I'm not going to make it. Traffic all tight. It was just crazy. And the night before, I couldn't find a hotel, so I had to end up sleeping in Jersey, and they was doing construction in Jersey. Oh, it was the worst. It was bad. I had a bad time the night before that Breakfast Club interview. So Udine called me back, and she said the producer said just come. I said, but I'm running late. She said just come. So I'm mad because I get there before I walk in the studio, and I'm late. I'm like 30 minutes late. So I'm like, oh my God, this interview gonna be like 10 minutes, right? But shout out to Envy and Charlemagne because they waited for me. Angela Yee, they waited for me. So I appreciate them for that because they didn't have to do that. So, but I'm mad because we normally do an hour. I'm like, I ain't going to get my time. Then I'm pissed off. And so we just started rapping and we started vibing. You know, me, Envy, and Charlemagne. Angie, for a little bit, she had to roll out, right? But it was going well. It was going well. It was going well. And then when it was over, just like the 2 previous times, y'all might not believe this, but every time I was done the Breakfast Club interview, I would say to myself, I don't really think I hit a home run because I'm my own worst critic. So I would say to myself, I don't even think I hit a home run. You feel me? And it was only like 38, 39 minutes. I said, I ain't hit him. I ain't hit him. I ain't hit him. And the next thing you know, when they dropped that joint, that thing went universal. So I got to thank the Breakfast Club fam, Envy, Charlemagne, Angela Yee, because I'm going to be honest, those 3 interviews, probably more than anything else than my own work, has done more to bring me into the lives of black folk than probably anything else. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. And we hit a home, you know, people say you should go to Breakfast Club more. Well, you got to remember, I'm a revolutionary. And I don't want to upset the apple cart. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Once a year is good for me. You understand? They bring me on there too much, we're going to have problems because, you know, my narrative is not the narrative that the mainstream media industry wants to parrot. So once a year is good for me. You feel me? But shout out to Breakfast Club. So in comes Roland Martin. He wants to bring me in. You know what I'm saying? No problem. I get up there. He started asking me these questions. And what really was disappointing about Coon in the Gang, that interview on TV One, is the fact that when he brought up the Frederick Douglass thing, he said the Frederick Douglass family has a letter. That was not from the Frederick Douglass family. The family didn't write that letter. That was not from the family. You took that shit off Social Network. Why would someone with a mainstream, nationally syndicated TV show be taking Social Network gossip for the gospel truth? He's talking about the family wrote a letter. The family didn't write that. 2 jealous ass Negroes, okay, who claim to be related to Frederick Douglass. And I'm not going to dispute it because I don't know and I really don't care. The Baileys is a very large family. You have to realize now, Isaac and Betsy Bailey, my 6 times great grandparents, God bless their souls, they had 12 children, right? Some died young, some made it to adulthood. One child was Harriet. That's Frederick's mom. Another child was young Betsy. That's my 4 times grandfather Stephen's mom. We all come from Isaac and Betsy. Frederick comes from Isaac and Betsy. Umar Johnson comes from Isaac and Betsy. My daughters come from Isaac and Betsy. We are all descendants of Isaac and Betsy. Okay? So we're thousands and we're on every continent. The Bailey dynasty is a very big family. So when I say I'm related to Frederick Douglass, I'm not exclusive. There's thousands of people related. I just met a cousin down in Fort Lauderdale. He showed me his thing. He's a Bailey. We're everywhere. When I was vice principal at a charter school in Philadelphia, I met one of my cousins there, smartest kid in the school, last name Bailey. Okay? So we everywhere. So, you know, that's nothing unique. But am I proud that the blood in my body is the same blood that was in Frederick Douglass' body? You damn right I'm proud of that. I will never, ever, ever shrink from being proud of being related to Frederick Douglass. You better believe that. You better believe that. Okay? Remember the story of Moses and Aaron? Aaron wasn't Moses' brother. Aaron was Moses' nephew. Or cousin, excuse me. That was his cousin. But what did Moses? Moses chose Aaron to succeed him. Moses chose Aaron to succeed him. He chose his cousin. He didn't choose his son. He chose his cousin. What do we know about Islam? Muhammad ibn Abdullah chose Ali. Okay? Ali was his cousin. He, according to Shia theology, he chose Ali to be his successor. He didn't choose his son because he didn't have any. He had daughters. Muhammad ibn Abdullah had daughters. He chose his son to succeed. So if Muhammad, peace be upon him, can choose Ali, and if Moses, peace be upon him, can choose Aaron, why can't Frederick Douglass choose his cousin Umar to succeed him and continue his work? What are y'all talking about? It is still a bloodline connection, you dusty hoteppers. But let me get back to that. The reason that they attacked me, these two imbeciles, is because they want to monopolize the name of Frederick Douglass for personal profit. They want to monopolize the name of Frederick Douglass for personal profit. You know how people want to set themselves up and say, I'm the expert on the life of Frederick Douglass. I'm the expert on the life of this, and they want to go around and do speeches on Frederick Douglass so they can make some money. Listen, do you? I'm not stopping y'all from hustling my great ancestor. I'm not stopping y'all from hustling. I don't agree with it, hustling dead people without their approval. But if that's what y'all want to do, so be it. I'm not stopping y'all. But the problem is, brothers and sisters, is that when people want to learn about Frederick Douglass, when Umar Johnson is here, why do we need to go and get them when we can get a blood relative? Now, they might be descendants. One of them is questionable. They might be descendants of Frederick Douglass, okay? I'm not going to deny that because I don't care. I'm a cousin, not a grandson. I'm a cousin. But if the cousin, okay, still blood, if the cousin represents the spirit of a Frederick Douglass more than the great-grandsons, why not go to the cousin instead of the great-grandsons? See, the point that y'all missing is they not looking for relatives per se. They looking for a relative who has the energy. I do the work of a Frederick Douglass. Are there differences ideologically? Of course. I am a Martin Delaney. I am cut from the cloth of a Martin Delaney. I went to high school in the same city where Martin Delaney grew up, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. I am a Martin Delaney Pan-Africanist. So I would have the same differences with my great ancestor as did Martin Delaney. But the point is, we still fighting for African liberation, black liberation, no matter how you choose to cut the pie. And there's nothing that makes me think that if Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey was here right now, although he is in spirit, but if he was here right now in flesh, there is nothing that makes me think he would choose either one of those imbeciles over me to represent his legacy. I'm certain of it. I am absolutely certain that if he was walking, I want my cousin to do it, not my descendants. Facts. And to clarify, I have never, ever been invited somewhere to speak on Frederick Douglass. So y'all don't have to try to destroy me to hustle his name. Nobody has called me yet. Nobody. And I'm the most requested on earth. 7 continents. I've never been called and said, can you come talk to us about Frederick Douglass? Never. I don't get paid. I've never been paid to discuss Frederick Douglass. I do it because I'm proud of my bloodline relationship. So y'all don't have to get mad at me. The problem is you're too weak. You don't have what people looking for. Look in the mirror. Stop looking at me. Okay? You only know Jermaine. Well, I'm Jermaine too. That's what my mother named me. I was born that. My father legally changed my name. I done told y'all Negroes this a million times. First of all, do you know why y'all even know that I was born Jermaine? How do y'all know I was born Jermaine? Because I told y'all. That's how y'all know. It wasn't discovered. Ain't nobody do no research. I told y'all. You can go on YouTube, video. I told y'all that my name was Jermaine. And I said that if the ladies want to call me Jermaine, the ladies can call me Jermaine because it's softer than Umar. I told you I was born Jermaine. And I'm proud of that. That's the name my mother named me. And if my dad don't stop cooning, I'ma change my name back to Jermaine Shoemake. So the next time his ass want to do a video disrespecting me, I'm going to change my name back to what my mama named me, Dr. Jermaine Shoemake. It bothers me, brothers and sisters, that my dad is out there making videos about me, insulting me, putting me down. who does that to their firstborn son? He's my father. I love him. I'm not going to disrespect him. Okay? But if he continues with this I love white people movement that he's running, this multicultural revolution he got, I'm changing my name back. Okay? And I will be Dr. Jermaine Shoemake, which is who I was until he decided to change it when I was 7, 8 years old. Okay? And I probably shouldn't have said that because that's the attention he's looking for. Don't build yourself up off me. Build yourself up off of you. Never thought the day would come when my own father would be trying to join my haters in an attempt to assassinate my work. Umar's not mad, David, and so I'm going to block you on that because I'm not mad. I'm having a good day. There you go, interpreting my mental state incorrectly. Don't interpret me, brother. I'm the therapist, not you. I'm feeling marvelous. I'm drinking my tea, talking to my supporters. I'm feeling marvelous. See, the Facebook lives are good because it's a conversation. Columbus Saturday, you know I got to go ham. That's the leader. Okay, that's Ifatunde. When I'm up on the mic and I'm doing what I do, the thunder, when I'm letting out the Garvey thunder, that's Ifatunde. When I'm evaluating your children, that's Dr. Umar. You got me? When I'm teaching a good gospel of Garveyism on the 7 continents, that's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. When I'm talking to you right now, this is Jermaine right now. This is Jermaine from 8th and Susquehanna Avenue, from 16th and Susquehanna Avenue, from the ghettos of North Philly. That's who you talking to right now. You understands me? I ran into my man Randy a couple weeks ago at Kurt Seafood, 8th and Susquehanna. Oh, I'm still in the hood. Meek Millie, get at me too. My brother Wink said we supposed to have that conversation, Meek. We need to do something for North Philly. Whatever you want to do, my brother. But me and you got to do something. You know what I mean? You the hip hop artist. I'm the scholar. Let's show North Philly. Let's show the whole Philly because it ain't just about North Philly. It's West Philly. Shout out to West Philly. Shout out to Southwest Philly. Shout out to Northeast Philly. Shout out to Mount Airy, Germantown, East Oak Lane. You know what I'm saying? Darby, Yaden, shout it all out. But I'm hoping to connect with Meek Mill. I want to do something for the community with brother Meek Mill. Okay. Plus, I want to interview Meek for the shockumentary War Against Black Boys. I want to interview him for that. You feel me? So we want to definitely do that. Okay. So tell Meek Mill to get at me. Okay. I want to interview the whole state property for the War Against Black Boys. Young Chris, Neef, Freeway, Petey, Oskino, Sparks. You know what I'm saying? I want to interview E. Ness. You know what I'm saying? Reed Dollars. I know all them ain't state property, but I'm just naming the Philly rappers. Maybe I could get Will Smith up on the shockumentary. I doubt it, but hey, anything's possible. You know what I mean? But I want to get some strong Philly flavor. Also, if any of y'all have any contacts to any hip hop artists who are willing to be interviewed for the shockumentary, please get at me. Have them get at me. You know what I mean? I would love to have, you know, who else? Who some of the conscious hip hop artists, and even some of the not so conscious hip hop artists. You know, whoever the top artists out there. You know what I mean? Not none of them with the gay agenda though. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could get Mr. Carter. And I got to shout out Jay-Z too. You know what I mean? I got to shout out Jay-Z for turning down the Super Bowl. Shout out to Sean Carter for turning down the Super Bowl. Now, I know what y'all Negroes going to say. He could be doing more than what he doing. You don't know what he planning to do. But one thing I can respect about Mr. Carter is they called him to perform at the Super Bowl. How many black thirsty ass artists you know that if they got that call for the Super Bowl would have forgot about Colin Kaepernick, would have forgot about police genocide, and they asked would have ran straight up on that Super Bowl stage to get that attention? Jay-Z said no. And then Justin Timberlake ran his little ass up there. Okay, so I don't want no more artists doing no songs with Justin Timberlake. We are boycotting Justin Timberlake. Don't do no song. Somebody call Pharrell up. Pharrell, no more songs with Justin. All right? All right? We got to stop the cooning. Okay? But shout out to Jay-Z for that. Shout out to Beyonce for her tribute to the Black Panther Party at the Super Bowl. My respect for them went up significantly, brothers and sisters. For Jay-Z and Beyonce, because they didn't have to do that. Neither one of them had to do that, and they did it. Okay? Does that mean they perfect? Nah. But I'm going to give, just like I can constructively criticize, I'm going to definitely give praise when praise is due. I'm going to definitely give praise when praise is due. Just like I'm criticizing Roland Martin ass for bringing me on there. We could have spent that time talking about strategies for black parents. We could have spent that time talking about the curriculum for FDMG. We could have spent that time talking about the mass incarceration of black males. We could have spent that time talking about the unity in the community, or how we can economically organize black people for their own liberation. Instead, you bring up some old, it was old, because all y'all done already read that fake ass letter. He gonna put that fake ass letter on national TV in an attempt to try to embarrass me. This is what he did. And that wasn't enough. Then he had to know where I graduated from school from. Then I had to deal with that because everybody start calling the school again, embarrassing me again. Did Umar go here? Did Umar go here? Did Umar go here? This dumb shit. I don't understand y'all. Y'all love shit. And that wasn't enough. Then so Frederick Douglass, the degrees, what else he bring up? It was 3 things. Oh, the school's money. Where's the money? You can start a school. You want to start a school? You can start a school. Why you don't open up a charter school? I mean, you can start a school. And then gonna ask me some nut-ass question about interracial relationship. What about Barack Obama's daddy? I don't know Barack Obama's daddy, and your ass don't know Barack Obama's daddy. So what the hell you asking me about Barack Obama for? Well, what about Harry Belafonte? I respect Harry Belafonte. But I also know that his ass was married to a white woman. So what you naming him Sidney Poitier? What the hell Sidney Poitier done for the black community? What? Vernon Jordan? Vernon Jordan? What? Who is you naming? Who is you naming? Vernon Jordan. What's wrong with this guy? Naming all these people ain't done nothing for us lately. Okay? They elders now, so no disrespect, but I'm just keeping it gangster. They were not grassroots activists. They were bourgeoisies. And having a white wife ain't gonna get you no points with me. Zilch. Okay? I do not date outside my race, and I do not tolerate it. Okay? I never said I hate nobody. All right? Brothers with white women, they call me up, they speak to me, we have a conversation, and though politically I don't agree with it. That don't mean I'm a disrespect nobody. White woman ain't got no business being with no black man. That don't mean I'm a disrespect nobody. My principles are my principles. I'm not breaking them for no damn body. I don't care how many times you ask the question. Okay? I am not Ray Lewis. I am not Shaquille O'Neal. I am not Deion Sanders. I'm not Jalen Rose. I am none of these athletes who get on TV and talk about how they not going to take a knee. Because that's the flag, and people fought for that flag, and my father died for the flag, and Colin Kaepernick could have found a better. Let me deal with this NFL thing. Can I talk about this? I ain't gonna hold you, no disrespect to him, Roland Martin, but it took everything in me. Y'all know what I wanted to do? I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna get up, smack the shit out of him, and walk out. Because he was borderline disrespectful with it. And when Eugene Craig, you know, Mr. Nasal, I'm American. We move forward together. This is our country. The Civil Rights Bill. You're a liar. Mr. Nasal. Somebody need to get him some of that nasal spray. Eugene Craig. When he called me a liar and I called him a coon, you do not use coon on my show. Okay? Well, you need to control how he talk. Like I said, I wanted to get up, smack the shit out of Roland, and roll on out. But I said to myself, you have to show the community that you can handle coons. Okay? Because if you could dish it, you got to be able to take it. So if you get up and get angry or do anything like that, you feeding the hate. They gonna say Dr. Umar can't deal with an intense interview. He can't deal with the scrutiny. So I said, I'm gonna sit here, be debonair, be professional, keep it articulate, humble myself in the face of disrespect, and show the world that I can take it however you want to dish it. Because the way Roland saw it, since the Breakfast Club lifted me up, he thought it was his job to bring me on down. And what he had to learn, along with the rest of them, excluding the brother Scott, the attorney, because he was all right. Shout out to Scott. He was all right. We excluding him from Coon in the gang. But what Roland failed to realize is once I finished with these Ginsu knives and cut your ass to pieces and cut Eugene to pieces and cut my queen sister Lauren to pieces, your ass lost the debate anyway. Okay? Because you don't know who you dealing with. I done Ginsu knifed all three of you. Okay? But it's cool. Okay? I'll be back there one day, sooner or later. Okay? But I didn't like that. Don't call the interview one-on-one with Roland if it ain't one-on-one with Roland. Umar Johnson goes one-on-one with... How the hell I'm going one-on-one with Roland when there's 4 people in there? Okay? 3 people cooning and 1 neutral person. 3 people cooning and 1 neutral person. How the hell is that one-on-one with Roland? Who the hell gonna go one-on-one with me? Everybody running around. You and Michael Eric Dyson. You and Michael Eric Dyson. Michael Eric Dyson. They say Michael Eric Dyson, the only one. Shout out to Michael Eric Dyson. I respect him. He's an elder. You know what I'm saying? But he represent that, you know, multicultural integration. You know, we might do a respectable debate one day. You know, ain't no thing to me. Shout out to him. He's the strongest from the integrationist camp. He is. I'm the strongest from the nationalist camp. But if we do it, it's going to be done for the right reasons under the right circumstances. Okay? That's how that's going to work. And to be honest with you, I'm not too motivated to debate my own. I'd rather debate some white folks. You understand? I don't really, you know, want to debate my own. I don't really get nothing out of debates. I don't need my ego enhanced or gratified at the expense of another person's ego. I have a problem with that. That's why I never do debates. That's why I don't do them. Okay? So Roland thought he was going to humble me after my Breakfast Club hype, and instead he got humbled. But it's okay. I still love my brother. It is what it is. But let's talk about this NFL thing, and then I'm going to let y'all go so I can get some sleep, because my first school appointment is early. Colin Kaepernick takes a knee. A couple other brothers take a knee. Starts getting international attention, making America look bad. They start asking these retired athletes what they think about it. And instead of Shaquille O'Neal saying he had a right to do it, he should have done it, they killing black folks on the street, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice. You know what I mean? Yes, he should have done that. Somebody needs to bring attention to the injustices against my people. Shaquille O'Neal didn't say that. Here's the biggest, blackest man in sports. And instead of supporting his brother, Colin Kaepernick, he goes on national television and says, my father was a military man, so I can't agree with it. What the hell does your father being a military man, Shaq, have a damn thing to do with us being murdered and shot down by police in cold blood? What does that have to do with it? You can still honor your father who was in the military and still support the need for a protest against that flag and song. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Deion Sanders, who is my favorite defensive player all time. You get on there and say Colin Kaepernick need to write a letter to every team in the NFL. Apology. You want this man to tuck his... Huh? Apologize for what, Deion? And what I don't like about you Negroes in sports is y'all trying to change the narrative about this situation and make it look like it's something personal with Colin Kaepernick. To question Shaq and Deion, why isn't it personal for you? Why isn't it personal for you? Colin Kaepernick didn't make a mistake. The only mistake he made is thinking you white-loving Negroes was going to show him some type of love. Okay? That's the only mistake. Why didn't y'all back him up? It ain't about Colin Kaepernick. It's about the issue. We're being murdered in disproportionate numbers, and y'all don't say nothing about that. You love being on TV so much that you throw your whole community under the bus to keep that damn commentator's job. My father was in the military, so I can't do it. Michael Vick, he needs to cut his hair. Now, in fairness to Michael Vick did take it back after he realized how ridiculous his statement was. But my brother, they destroyed your career for killing dogs. They destroyed your career for killing dogs, but they kill black men every day and go home. They stole your prime years for fighting dogs, but they kill black men and go home. How dare you say he needs to cut his hair? How dare you say he needs to cut his hair? Lil Wayne? Oh my God. I didn't even know Lil Wayne was interviewed on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. That was about a year ago. I was late. I just saw it a couple weeks ago. I can't believe you, brother. I am extremely disappointed in Lil Wayne. How dare you go on national television, and I'm talking to you, Lil Wayne. How dare you go on national TV and tell the world via Skip Bayless, when asked about racism in America and when asked about police genocide, you tell Skip that you don't have a comment on it. And I'm paraphrasing, but I'm about 99% accurate with what you said. You told Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp that you're not the right person to ask. That's what Lil Wayne said. I'm not the right person to be asking because I've been blessed so much. I've been blessed so much that I really, and I don't want to misquote him, but if my ears were working, I heard him say that he's the wrong person to ask because he's been blessed so much that he has not had to experience racism. Let me say this shit again. I got to say this again. I had to rewind that YouTube and play it back. I couldn't believe I heard a black man say that in America. Lil Wayne said he's the wrong person to ask because he's been so blessed that he has not experienced racism. Can somebody please call up the Guinness Book of World Records? Can somebody please call up the Guinness Book of World Records? Can someone please call up the Guinness Book of World Records and ask them to please insert the name of one Mr. Carter from New Orleans, because he's the first black man in American history to ever not experience racism. Can somebody please contact the Guinness Book of World Records and let them know that we have found a black man who has not experienced racism? Barack Obama is probably the most privileged black man in American history. Barack Obama is probably the most privileged black man in American history. He was the president of the United States. He had a white mother. He was raised by white grandparents, and even Barack Obama experienced racism. Colin Powell was the first black Secretary of State, a fair-skinned black man. Okay? Very successful. Many believe if he would have ran for president, he would have won as a Republican. He has experienced racism. His wife has experienced racism. Michelle Obama has experienced. Condoleezza Rice has experienced racism. Supreme Court Justice Thomas Kuhn Clarence Thomas has experienced racism. How in the hell does Lil Wayne, a melanated black man from the ghetto of New Orleans, how did you, sir, get through life and have never experienced racism? We just had a situation where T.I. and my man Jay Morrison, who I shared the stage with in New Jersey last year, shout out to them two brothers, T.I., who came to my Atlanta lecture 2 years ago. They just protested a restaurant in Atlanta for discriminating against rich and famous black folks. Rich and famous black. Oprah Winfrey, the richest woman on the planet, at least the richest black woman, got discriminated against at a boutique shop. Okay? So you got people who are way above Lil Wayne's pay grade, and he's a very successful millionaire, I take nothing away, who have experienced racism. My point is, how in the hell does Lil Wayne not experience racism? My brother, I hope one day you come to the realization of the mistake you made on national TV. That was an insult to every black man, an insult to every black woman. That was an insult to our ancestors and to your ancestors, my brother, to get on TV like that and defend the white racist power structure by saying you don't have no comments because you never experienced racism. With all due respect, my brother, you and I both know you's a goddamn lie. That was a goddamn lie for you to get on national TV and say some nonsense like that. Yes, it was last year. And maybe you didn't came to your senses, brother. But that is not acceptable. And see, you know what's good about this? Okay? There's nothing good about this. But figuratively speaking, you know what's good about this, brothers and sisters? Our children thought the athletes and the rappers were on their side. They're not. Let me say this again. Our children thought the athletes and the rappers were on their side. They're not. They're not. They will talk about selling dope. They will talk about killing other black men. They will talk about sexing all the women. Okay, smoking weed, buying all the expensive junk that white folks make. They will act like they down with the hood. But the minute white folks get angry, them Negroes will line up like an army of coons and defend their slave master. They will line up like an army of coons and defend their slave. Jalen Rose. Brother, you from the ghetto of Detroit. Why would you say you wouldn't have supported Kaepernick had you been in the league with him? Why not, Jalen? All the police brutality in Detroit, all the racism in Detroit, why would you not take a knee, Jalen Rose? Don't get me wrong, you didn't coon as bad as a Ray Lewis did, okay? But, brother, come on, what's wrong with you? Deion Sanders, what's wrong with you? Shaquille O'Neal, why is y'all trying to create a narrative that basically tells the white man, listen, that was Colin Kaepernick, but not me, I wouldn't do that. That was Colin Kaepernick, boss, massa, but not me. Don't worry. I's a good nigger. If I was still playing football, I surely wouldn't take a knee. No, not me, massa. No, that's my flag, massa. That's my flag, too. I love that flag. I love that anthem. Not me. I wouldn't have took no knee. I think he had a right to protest, massa, but he don't protest with our flag. No. We don't, That's my country. This is my country. I loves my country. I loves my country more more than I love black life. I loves that flag more important than Tamir Rice, master. That flag way more important than Philando Castile, master. That flag way more important than Sandra. But yeah, that flag is more important. Even though I was a slave when y'all made that flag, even though I was a slave every time y'all upgraded that flag, even though I was a slave most of the time that y'all was waving that flag, master, that's still my flag, master. No. Colin Kaepernick went too far, master. If he don't get back in the league, that's his fault, master. But we not gonna go and help him out. Oh, no. We not gonna go and help him out. Yes, it was only one comment that I heard Jalen say that I didn't agree with. Yes, it was only comment that brother Deion Sanders made that I didn't agree with. Yes, it was only one comment that my brother Shaquille O'Neal made that I did not agree with. But it only takes one comment, brother. You were put on the spot and asked whether you stand with your people or whether you stand with the NFL, and y'all chose the NFL. Negroes for lease. Negroes for lease. Negroes for lease. I'm not trying to disrespect y'all. I'm trying to highlight the fact that y'all disrespecting our people. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to T.I. T.I. been standing up, y'all. T.I. been standing up. Shout out to T.I. Charles Woodson, Heisman Trophy winner. Charles Woodson, Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Charles Woodson, who retired with the... Shout out to Charles Woodson. He took a stand. Shout out to Charles Woodson. Chris Carter, I'm going to give you like a 50-50 because it seemed like you standing, but then you kind of go the other side. But I think you trying to stand. I think Chris Carter trying to stand. I think he's trying to stand. But you ain't as, you fluctuating a little bit. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to give Chris Carter a little bit of a nod. He looked like he been trying to stand a little bit. Stephen A. Smith, thumbs down, brother. Stephen A. Smith, thumbs down, brother. Because at first, Stephen A. Smith looked like he was trying to play both sides. Okay? But I done heard you say a couple comments, bro, that went too far. That went too far. Okay? Talking about how the NFL need to handle this situation, do something about it, put an end to it so people can get back to football. And if the owners want to, they have a right to say the players can't take a knee. First of all, what I don't like about this is I don't like how the NFL players is letting these damn owners treat y'all like y'all children. I don't like it. I do. Y'all better get some balls, okay? I'm just going to call it what it is. You don't let no owners sit up there and tell you that you can't take a knee to protest racial injustice against your people. Who the hell are you to tell me I can't take a knee? This is a First Amendment right, and I don't give a damn about no constitutional rights. I don't give a damn about no constitutional rights because half the people who signed that were slave owners. So I got human rights. God gave me human rights. I don't need to look at no damn. Does the Constitution say I could take a knee? Does the Constitution? I don't give a damn about no Constitution. Give a damn about that. That document said that we were property, not people. And the Constitution still says we property, we not people. They ain't changed that language. They didn't change that language. Thomas Jefferson, daddy was a slave owner, and Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner. He ain't even liberate them slaves when he was almost time for him to die. They were sold off after him. Thomas Jefferson talking about we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. The hell out of here, you hypocrite. Raping Sally Hemings, little black girl. Raping her since she was 11, 12 years old. That's a pedophile. That's a pedophile. Do y'all know all we needed was for every black athlete in the NFL to come out publicly as a movement? Until Colin worked, we ain't working. Until y'all should have backed y'all brother and y'all didn't. And that's what hurts me the most. It ain't even the fact y'all cooning on TV. It ain't even the fact y'all cooning on TV. Y'all couldn't even stand together for y'all brother. 85% of players are black. All y'all had to say, if Colin don't work, we don't work. That's all y'all had to do. Y'all couldn't even back him, and y'all left him out there and said, that's his problem, boss. That's his problem, massa. We not him. We don't know he crazy. That Negro right there. I don't know why, massa. I don't know why he would get involved in that, but we wouldn't do that. Even though we retired and we done made all the money we can make, massa, we still want to be on your TV. So don't worry about us, massa. We is not supporting no college cabinet. We ain't taking no knee. In fact, we don't even want to hear about no police brutality, massa. This is America, and America is good for us black folks. America, if it wasn't for slavery, we still be back in Africa in the trees, swinging around butt naked, eating each other, massa. So no. You will have no problem from us. A damn disgrace to y'all race, selling out the whole people for some money. But again, brothers and sisters, I'm glad, because our children need to see that the rappers, many of them, and the athletes are not down with the struggle. You want to wear Air Jordans? Michael Jordan ain't saying nothing about police genocide. That's right. You want to go to the football game and you want to look at the NBA All-Star game, but they not speaking up against your oppression. The athletes and the entertainers are the new black bourgeoisie. The athletes and the entertainers are the new coon Illuminati. 100 years ago, it was the doctors who was the coons. 100 years ago, it was the lawyers who was the coons. 100 years ago, it was the engineers who was the coons. 100 years ago, it was the educators who was the coons. 100 years ago, it was the psychologists and the psychiatrists and the historians, the coons. In the 21st century, the academics are not the coons. The athletes and the entertainers are the coons. Facts. Now, when they want to dismiss black people, they put some ignorant Negro who used to play football or basketball on TV, and they use that ignorant Negro to erase and disgrace our struggle. And nobody should be watching the NFL. We still boycotting. If you watching Thursday night football, you a coon. If you watching Thursday night football, you's a coon. The hell wrong with you? Talking about how you going to take a knee for our flag. That flag ain't nothing but slavery. That flag was conceived in slavery. What's wrong with y'all? That ain't our flag. Every time they upgraded that flag, we was a slave. The final version came out in the 60s when they was locking up and killing black men during the sit-ins and the protests and the Black Power movement. That flag ain't us. Ain't no color black on that flag. That ain't my damn flag. What's wrong with you Negroes? And as far as that Star-Spangled Banner, are you Negroes crazy? Do you know who wrote that? Francis Scott Key was a racist, a white supremacist slave owner who could not stand the abolitionist movement, did all he could to shut down the abolitionist movement, locked up as many abolitionists as he possibly could. That's who he was, the author of the Star-Spangled Banner. And in the third stanza, he specifically included the word slave in reference to the fact that slaves who stood up against the U.S. government would not be spared during their fight against foreign powers, particularly the Revolutionary War. If you was a slave and you sided with the British, we're going to kill you too. No slave will be spared who stands against this government fighting for their liberty. Francis Scott Key. The damn song was about catching and killing black people. The damn song was about catching and killing black people. Read the third stanza. Read it. They took it out to hide the truth of the reality of what that song stood for. Colin Kaepernick, whether he did it on purpose or not, was a genius to choose the anthem and the flag as the symbols of his protest. Because by doing it, it forced people to study what that flag really mean, and it forced people to study who wrote in the history of the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. It's racist, written by a racist, and even talked about slaves in the damn song. And you got the audacity to tell me I can't take a knee during the song that's about my enslavement? Written by a slave master who did all he could to stop me from earning my freedom? And y'all talking about we can't take a knee? Says who? Coons? But I know you Negroes love the NFL more than you love black people. Go ahead and watch your Thursday night football. I know you still sneaking and watching it. Go ahead. You ain't for real. See, the problem with us, we are not serious yet. We just want to look like it. You know damn well you still watching Sunday football. Stop lying. The NFL owners have told you to your face, we don't give a damn about black folks. They know that protest wasn't about no flag, even though it had a right to be. They know that protest wasn't about the Star-Spangled Banner, even though it had a right to be. They know that. The reason they're making it about that is because they don't want to address the reason Colin Kaepernick took a knee in the first place, and that is the killing of black folks by police. They don't care. They don't care. That's the message. They know what this is about. They know this ain't about no flag and anthem. It's about genocide, but they don't care. So why are you watching it? Why is your son running around with NFL jerseys on? Why are you paying for NFL tickets? They don't care. They've told you this. And again, I love my brothers, but I got to call a spade a spade. Shannon Sharp, thank you. Shannon Sharp, thank you. Shannon Sharp, brothers and sisters, more than any other NFL player I've seen yet, has spoken consistently and unapologetically about the racism in America, the racism in sports, the contradiction. Thank you, Shannon Sharp, for checking your brother Ray Lewis. Thank Ray Lewis, my brother. Ray Lewis, my brother. You have cooned so bad, my brother, that they damn near need to put your face in the dictionary next to the word coon. And I don't mean no disrespect, my brother, but I didn't think I would live to see a black man buck dance and bootlick white folk the way you have done over this Colin Kaepernick situation. And when the whole NFL took a knee, you got on TV and said you didn't take one knee, you took two. It wasn't about Colin Kaepernick. You took two knees so you could pray. I mean, are they grooming you to be the next coach or the GM? What the hell is wrong with you, brother? You got down on the knee with the prayers in unity and then sold them out and said you put two knees down because you was praying to God. I want to know what God Ray Lewis is praying to. I want to know what God is Ray Lewis praying to. Because if my God, if the God of Black Africa condones your conduct as it relates to the protests against police genocide taking place in the NFL, I need to know what God that is, brother. I hope you do something for your people to square your conduct and consciousness with us, because you, my brother, have been a disgrace to your race. I understand what you've been through. I believe some of that plays a part in this ridiculous behavior you've been showcasing, my brother. Okay? And I'm not here to insult you, but I did not appreciate the way you handled the Freddie Gray protest either. You did not speak to what happened to Freddie Gray. You did not speak to the systematic injustices in Baltimore, Maryland. You did not speak to the police abuse against our children and high school students in Baltimore, Maryland. You did not speak to the fact that the whole protest was triggered by the police. You did not. You sided with the white power structure against our brothers and sisters. I understand they gave you a statue, brother. But if you ain't careful, that statue ain't going to be there because the brothers and sisters signed a petition to take that statue down. And unfortunately, my brother, after 20 years, and you was an excellent athlete, but the way you have conducted yourself with this situation, you don't deserve that statue, brother, until you do something to square yourself with your people. And don't get me wrong, Shaq, Jalen, Deion, Michael Vick, they didn't go as far as Ray Lewis. Compared to Ray Lewis, they revolutionaries, and they ain't none of them no revolutionaries. But compared to Ray Lewis, my brother, good God Almighty, step and fetch your revisited, brother. Step and fetch your reincarnated. Damn. So, and Jim Brown, but Jim Brown a little older now, so with the elders, the minds can play tricks on you. I'm not going to knock him too much because Jim Brown was a stand-up man, but his comments was absolutely ridiculous too. Okay, a lot of stand-up black men. It reminded me of Obama. When Obama got elected, a lot of black people started saying racism is over. With this NFL protest, I'm seeing a lot of black people side with the power structure. Let me say this. The situation don't make the man. It reveals you to yourself. The situation don't make the man. In other words, they're not cooning because they're rich. Okay? Richness brought it out, but the coon was already there. If Dr. Umar Johnson marries a white woman, if I marry a white woman 20 years from now, guess what? That didn't just happen. It was in me already. Situations manifest your true character. These Negroes was never loyal to us to begin with. Drop off some toys at the hospital, make a couple donations to the community center. But when it comes to showing up and showing out, they not going to do that. Because what I need y'all to understand, it's not the money. Or should I say, it's not only the money, but they value their relationships with white people more than they value their relationship with their own people. Shaq is a millionaire. Dion is a millionaire. Jalen is a millionaire. I'm sure Mike Vick is comfortable. They value. And I'm not singling them out because most athletes would do the same make the same ridiculous statements they made. They value their relationship to the power structure. I'm not surprised they did that. And if you are a public school teacher, if you are a charter school teacher, if you are an independent school teacher, parochial school teacher, please do a lesson on this. Don't let this NFL protest situation, because it's going to be dead by next season. It's going to be dead by next season. The example they made out of Colin Kaepernick that made everybody scared to speak up. Just like the example they made out of Muammar Gaddafi made all the African leaders scared to speak up. The example they made of Colin Kaepernick made all athletes scared to speak up. So this is going to be dead next season. This is the last season for this. Negroes are more concerned with money than freedom. Okay? And guess what? Most of y'all the same way. Can we keep it real? Most of y'all the same way. You can be paid to sell out. Yes, you can. Yes. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton 30 years ago was talking like me 30 years ago. Look at them now. They have been compromised by cash. Compromised by cash. Sold out to success. Tim Wise is a white supremacist and an opportunist like all white people. Next question. But anyway, and there's no disrespect to him, but he's a white man. All white people are racist, okay? Because y'all got this thing where when white people speak out against racism, that means they're not racist. Since when? Since when? If a rapist speaks out against rape, does that mean that he won't rape? If a child molester speaks out against child molestation, does that mean he won't molest? If a thief speaks out against theft, does that mean he won't steal? Doesn't the United States government speak out against terrorism every day and practices more terrorism than any nation on earth? Doesn't the United States government speak out against terrorism every single day and practice more terrorism than any nation on earth? Facts. Facts. Take a knee. And you know what's so sad? If you can't even take a knee for your people, if you can't even take a knee, nobody asked you to march. Nobody asked you to boycott. Nobody asked you to divest. Nobody asked you to protest. Nobody asked you to fight the police. Nobody asked you to stand off against the Klan. Nobody asked you to do nothing but take a knee. And if you can't take a knee, Lord have mercy. If you can't take a knee, then we know damn sure you ain't going to do nothing else for black folks. And you know what's sad? Our athletes and entertainers will watch this because they're going to watch it. And I want them to. They're going to watch this and get upset at me. But they will not get upset at those NFL owners for trying to stop our brothers from expressing themselves. They will not get upset at the police for killing our people blind in the streets. They will not get upset at mass incarceration. They will not get upset at unemployment. They will not get upset at miseducation. They will not get upset at systematic discrimination, but they will get mad at me for telling them that their behavior was unbecoming of a man who considers himself to be black. I'm just giving it to y'all real. And I hope those brothers recognize the wrong that they have done, because what y'all done is you have given approval for the continued genocide. Oh, yes. Yes, Jalen. Yes, Dion. Yes, Shaq, Mike. You are with us or you are against us. Your words have power because you are in a prominent position. Unfortunately, we are the only people who athletes and entertainers are our spokespersons. Unfortunately, we are the only people in the world whose athletes and entertainers are our spokespersons. It's ridiculous that people paid by white folks are actually the spokespersons for the underclass. I don't get that. But because you all are our spokespersons, you have to choose your words carefully. Here's the only request that I have for y'all. Here's the only request I have for y'all. If you cannot support the struggle, keep your mouth shut. That's all. I'm not going to force you to speak up for black folks. If it ain't in you already, it ain't going to be. You Negroes are in your 40s, okay? If you ain't been speaking up for black folks, you ain't going to start speaking up for them now. I can't change you. Frederick Douglass said it best. It's better to raise strong children than to repair broken men. It's better to raise strong children than to repair broken men. So I know y'all are who y'all are. Okay? But all I'm saying is if you can't speak up for us, keep your mouth shut. When they ask you, what do you think about the Colin Kaepernick protest? Would you take any? Honestly, I'm going to pass on that question because I'm not sure what I would do if I was there. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. Play neutral, but don't go against the community, brothers. What's wrong with y'all? Good God, dating all them white women and went to your head. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. White guy shot over 50 people in Vegas, even though I think it was an FBI, CIA operation in preparation for martial law, personally. Okay. Rest in peace to all those who were murdered. My condolences to all the families. I don't care if they was black, white, purple. Nobody needs to lose their loved ones like that. Okay. But I study American politics. I know this country has killed its own people for its own interests. I know they let Pearl Harbor happen. I know that. Okay. 9/11. We know the situation with that. Rest in peace to those who transition. My condolences to all the family members. Blue, black, purple, white. It doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong. I know this country will kill its own people to achieve its goals. You're not going to tell me that a man is going to rent 2 hotel rooms, shoot the windows out the hotel rooms in Las Vegas when there's 1,000,001 different places he could have shot from and potentially avoided capture. I'm not buying that. I'm going to go into the hotel, shoot the windows out so everybody can see it's me, and then start, No. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And guess what, brothers and sisters? You know what I think? I do not believe that test run in Las Vegas was for white folks. No, I do not. I believe that test run in Las Vegas is for black folks. We need to be very, very careful about outside concerts. We need to be very, very careful about these outdoor events, these freakniks and all this other stuff y'all love to do. Because, you know, black people love to party. We don't want to build shit, but we will shake our ass in a minute. Okay. I think it's for us. We need to be very, very careful out there. Okay. because they're back to the snipers again. Remember, what was it? Lee Boyd Malvo, John Ali Muhammad, who I still have significant reason to believe were not guilty of those snipings. Okay, they're bringing snipers back out. They're going to start bringing snipers back out. Okay, anything to intensify the threat of terrorism to achieve their domestic and international agendas. Okay, now they got this black identity extremists. When I was in France, I got the memo on the black. Now the FBI has a new category that it's investigating. Black identity extremists. That's just the new COINTELPRO. Since when did being proud of who you are made you a criminal? Since when did being proud of your historic ancestry make you a terrorist? Can a Jew be a terrorist because they're proud to be Jew? Can a Chinese be a terrorist because they're proud to be Chinese? Can an East Indian be a terrorist because they're proud to be Indian? So you mean since black folks ain't supposed to identify with where you stole us from, since black folks are not supposed to identify with where you stole us from, the minute we say we black and proud, we African and proud, now we terrorists? We ain't threatened to blow up nothing. We ain't threatened to hurt nobody. We're telling our people to come together and organize, and now it's terroristic to be black and proud. If y'all don't get the hell out my face with this 21st century COINTELPRO crap. The hell is black identity extremism? It don't make no damn sense. You're supposed to be extreme in your pronouncement of identifying with your ethnicity. That's what nationalism is. It's about being proud to be what God made you. What the hell are y'all talking about? Some black identity extremism. And then I get the article yesterday that Russia allegedly is paying for security training for black radical organizations. Here we go again. FBI, CIA, COINTELPRO. Here we go again. Just like in the 60s, Martin Luther King was supposed to be a communist. Malcolm X was supposed to be working with the communists. Black Panthers was supposed to be funded by the communists. The sit-ins were supposed to be masterminded by the... Here they go again, y'all, with this Russian crap. Now, if you black and working with black folks, you ain't smart enough to do that on your own. The Russians are giving you the ideas. The Russians are funding you. Well, they can't pull the Russian crap on Dr. Umar because I'm a Garveyite. We don't deal with white folks. Russian, German, Greek, Irish, Anglo, you name it, we don't do it. If it ain't black, we don't mess with it. So you can't run that on me. But brothers and sisters, we got to be careful because guess what? They just came 360. It took them 50 years to get back to us, and now they're back. Watch who you build with. Watch who you organize with. I'm going to start being more careful myself. I'm going to start, watching what I do, who I do it with. Okay? Big mouth women, brothers. If you got big mouth women in your circle, you got to get rid of them. You cannot have sisters in your personal life, and you cannot have sisters in your political life who can't keep they damn mouth shut because they are political threats to your safety. A big mouth black woman is a political threat to a black man's safety. Brothers, evaluate your sisters better now, the political ones and the personal ones, because they get us through the women. For the sisters, evaluate the brothers in your life, the personal ones and the political ones. Need I remind you that the man who hooked Tupac's mother, the late Afeni Shakur, rest in peace to Tupac and his mother, the man who hooked Afeni Shakur on crack was an FBI agent. The man who hooked Afeni Shakur on crack was an FBI agent. Black women, choose your mates well. This is not the time to be thirsty. You cannot be political and be thirsty. Brothers, you cannot be political and be thirsty. They're going to come at us with character. Please stop calling my phone when I'm going live, or I'm going to block you from ever calling me again. It's disrespectful. Don't call my phone when I'm going live. Okay? Brothers and sisters, now is the time. I'm rethinking everything. I'm rethinking the parent association. I'm going to have to look at that real close and see who real, see who not. I got to drop the weak links. The FBI is back. COINTELPRO is back, brothers and sisters. Okay, now is the time for us to start working together. We got to stop hating. This is why y'all got to stop sharing hate stuff. Stop it. Stop sharing negativity, brothers and sisters. Okay? We are the new H. Rap Brown. We are the new Stokely Carmichael. We are the new Martin. We are the new Malcolm. We are the new citizens. And even though most of these conscious brothers ain't doing no work, the government is still concerned that they might wake up and start doing work. Okay? I have to be particularly careful because out of all of us, I do the most work and I'm the most serious and sincere. Most people just talking and making money. They're not doing the work. Okay? Information gurgitate. That's it. So I got to be real because when Malcolm was around, King was doing work too. So Malcolm could move a little bit because King was working. When H. Rap Brown was around, he could do a little work because Stokely was working. When Core was around, they could do a little work because SNCC was working. So the government had to watch all the groups because everybody was working. But we ain't got no workers today. Nobody working. All we want to do is sit around and philosophize all day. We want to get on YouTube and talk nonsense all day. Debates. Okay? So brothers and sisters, I'm about to close. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock in the morning? How long I've been on? Damn. 2 o'clock. I got to get some sleep. So I'm just going to get ready to close it up. Just wanted to let y'all know I'm still here. I'm doing well. The school is coming. Keep me in your prayers. Those prayers are very important. I want to thank everybody for the texts and the emails. Y'all don't know, but when I be low, y'all don't know when I get low, because this ain't an easy work. Okay, this ain't an easy work at all. Not for me, because I'm not in it for money. I'm in it for change. I've sacrificed a lot to do this. And again, no pats on the back. But sometimes I get low. Sometimes I say, Lord, send somebody else so I can retire. Let me go to Africa, build a house, and live happily ever after in Africa. I get tired. But I can't because the void that I feel, I can't step off until we have some others to fill the void. That's why I'm building a school for boys. That special ed piece, who else going to do that? That school psychology piece, who else going to do that? Helping the parents piece, who else going to do that? For free, I'm talking about, for free. Building schools, not home schools, real schools. Who else going to do that? So, you know, we got a lot of people talking about diet. We got a lot of people talking about history. We got a lot of people talking about white supremacy. We got a lot of people talking about politics. We got a lot of people talking about economics. But who talking about this? So the void that I feel, I got to stay there till the next person come along. And I'm going to groom them. And I ain't got no problem sitting down when my time comes. You ain't going to see me up there acting like I'm still the chief at 55 years old. My nephew should have it by then, or another brother should have it by then. I'm not going to have no problem accepting my elderhood when that time comes. But for the next 10 years, 15 years, I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to pass the baton. Brothers, we got to learn how to leave when we on top. We got to learn how to leave when we on top. Fall back, let the youth take it, quarterback the struggle. I ain't going to have no problem quarterbacking the struggle because I've been at this since I was in elementary school. I ain't somebody who I woke up in college. I woke up in grad school. I woke up. Nah, I've been woke. Talk to anybody who know me. High school, elementary school, college, talk to them. This is all I've ever done. I ain't one of these Johnny-come-latelys. I can get paid acting black. That ain't me. This is all I've ever done. Degrees ain't changed me. Nothing changed me. I'm the real deal. Okay? That's why some of them hate so much, because I'm so real, I got to be fake. I'm so real, ain't no way no Negro with no 6 degrees who can make all this money, all he got to do is label kids, gonna be fighting for us. I don't buy it. That's what y'all saying. You don't buy it, do you? And you know what? I don't have to argue it, because the truth will show itself. The truth cannot be hidden. If I'm stealing the money, you will know. If I'm not building no school, you will know. But brothers and sisters, as I wrap up, because I got to get some sleep, I just want to say thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the donations. Keep them coming. Okay, Team Pan African running a little late on them donations. Don't cancel them checks. Don't cancel them money orders. They're going to get put in there. We working. We working. Cleveland, I got some schools to look at tomorrow. Columbus, Saturday, I'm here. I am in Ohio. Can't wait to see everybody. Dr. Umar Johnson speaks in Columbus. First AME Zion Church, day after tomorrow, Saturday, October the 21st. Doors open up at 2, lecture at 4, book signing at 7. I got some nice unapologetically African t-shirts with the hashtag Dr. Umar Johnson in gold. Shout out to the brother in Trenton. He did a good job with them t-shirts. I'm going to order some more from him. I got the FDMG pillows. We only brought 8, so make sure you buy your FDMG pillow. You know what I mean? Make sure you print out your receipt. Whenever you come to a Dr. Umar lecture, print out your receipt, because I do a raffle at the end of the lecture. And if you print out your receipt, okay, and you win the raffle, you get 1 free of everything. You get a free pillow, free t-shirt, free book. I got the big red, black, and green flags. So print out your receipt. If you pay at the door, you cannot be in the raffle. Okay? Online tickets are $20, door tickets are $30. Online tickets are $20, door tickets are $30. Okay? Door tickets are not eligible for the raffle. Prepay only. All children 17 and under are free at Dr. Umar Johnson lectures. All children 17 and younger are free at all of my lectures. Okay? If it's not my lecture, I don't control it, right? Long Beach, California, Black Consciousness Conference, that's not my lecture. I'm the keynote, but it's not my event. I don't know what the price is. That's why you can text me for the flyer. I give it to you, okay? Nashville, Tennessee. I will be in Nashville, Tennessee, Friday, November 10th. Nashville, Tennessee, Friday, November 10th. Nashville, Tennessee, Friday, November 10th. I'm at one of the churches there, 6 o'clock. Doors open up at 4. Houston, Texas, Saturday, December 30th for Houston, Texas. Can't wait to get back to Houston. I haven't been there since September 11th, 2016. Detroit, Michigan, New Year's Day. Detroit, Michigan, New Year's Day. January the 1st, Northwest Community Center, Detroit. I will be there. Who else I got? Columbus, October 21st. Nashville, November the 10th. We will be in Nat Turner Land, 11/11. Nat Turner Land, 11/11. That's the day Nat Turner was killed. He was hanged 11/11. Elder Khalifa is having an ancestral remembrance day. So all my folks in Virginia and all my folks from around the country, if you haven't been to the Nat Turner Land, come and pay tribute to the greatest black revolutionary in American history, bar none, Nat Turner, who led that revolt beginning on my birthday, August the 21st, 1831. Join us in Nat Turner Land, 11/11. Nat Turner was hanged 11/11. Join us for that. Okay, brothers and sisters. Long Beach, California. Dr. Umar will be speaking. Long Beach Black Consciousness Conference, Long Beach, California, Saturday, November 18th. All right. I love y'all. Keep the faith. Donate. GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar. GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar. The Africa trip. I will have the information for the Africa trip by November 1st. We're looking at East Africa this year. We're looking at Southern Kemet, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Southern Kemet, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Okay? So get your money together. It's going to be about $4,000 to $4,500, everything included, except your spending money and 1 meal a day. Okay, my trip caters to the crowd under 40, but we would love to take those over 40. My trip caters to the crowd under 40, but we would love to take those over 40. We take elders. We have a lot of fun. Okay, go to Africa with Dr. Umar. Okay, the Black College and Consciousness Tour is coming for 11 to 17-year-old children. Parents, get ready. The Black College and Consciousness Tour is coming. So parents, get that money right. Okay. Shout out to Eminem. I appreciated what Eminem did. Okay. I'm not no gung-ho Eminem. I don't have white heroes. Okay. Him checking Trump was a check for white folks. It wasn't a check for us. Doing all right. There we go. So Eminem, you know, unapologetically checked Trump, but he didn't do that for us. He did that for his people. Because Donald Trump is screwing over the poor whites. He ain't did that for us. But why hasn't a black artist, a major black artist, checked Trump the way Eminem did? You see? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. Why didn't a black artist check Trump the way Eminem did? Compare what Eminem did to Trump to all these cowardly black athletes and entertainers who can't even take a knee. Eminem took 50 knees in that freestyle against Trump. Compare Eminem's behavior to Ray Lewis. Compare Eminem's comments to a Jalen Rose, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Vick, and a Stephen A. Smith. Look at that. Look at that. Eminem can go all out. Boom. But the black athletes and entertainers, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Not us. Not us. Okay? So brothers and sisters, donate, GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar. Mail your donations, FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 6872, Philadelphia, PA 19132. So Cleveland tomorrow, Columbus on Saturday, Gary, Indiana, Chicago. You will see me because I'll be flying into Midway. Go get me some of that Yassa Senegalese. Yassa, can't wait to get back that Yassa fish. Chi-Town. Y'all need to send me some schools, Chi-Town. I thought I would have had a few more schools for Chi-Town. We ain't done though. Send me some schools, y'all. Everybody. I'm talking to everybody. Everybody, send me some schools. West Coast too, hell. You tell me we got a school in Oakland. They only want 400 grand. Guess what? We might got to put FDMG Oakland. I might got to go West Coast. Get my Tupac on. You feel me? So let me know what's good. Let me know what's good. All right. So peace and love, black family. The Prince of Pan-Africanism. Y'all have a good night.